I'm going to use this video to address the allegations made against me.
And I never intended
recently
to
to
just
ignore the rest. This is categorically untrue and a complete lie.
Some pretty serious allegations have been made against small YouTuber PYROCYNICAL. In case you guys don't know who he is, he's sort of a markiplier clone. He uploads some gaming videos and yeah, that's about it. However, some claims have been made against him, calling him a child groomer. I don't know about you guys, but being a pedophile is pretty bad. However, Pyro made a response video, and it seems like everyone's siding with him. But if you're smart like me, you'll know that he was guilty all along, and still is. If you disagree, then you fell victim of Pyro's advanced manipulation tactics. Lucky for you, I'm an extremely smart individual, and I can see past his lies, and I'm here to explain to you why he's still guilty. There's a lot of allegations here. I don't know, you did some pretty bad stuff probably. I saw some of the leaked DMs, but I didn't want to go through them as I might become horny and lose focus of my mission here. The allegations and evidence don't really matter anyways. What really matters is his response video, so let's take a look at that.
But a few days ago, a poorly written Google Doc has surfaced claiming that I have lied in my response.
Not true. He claims it was a poorly written document, but as we can see, it was obviously typed, not written in pen and paper like the definition implies.
I just want to be clear, I have never lied at any point.
Not true, you just lied.
This document makes insane assumptions based on limited and broken evidence.
He claims the evidence is broken, but the evidence solely exists on a screen and isn't a tangible object that can be broken.
What these people look like, their gender, these weren't variables. I could have been doing this with a 90-year-old cave troll and it wouldn't have made a difference.
Not true. Cave trolls don't exist in real life, therefore making it impossible for him to ever be doing it with one. This claim makes no sense.
Turns out my accuser, Ivory, one of the people that I've had these conversations with, was 15. That is 3 to 4 years younger than I was.
Not true. It's impossible for someone to be on a spectrum of years. It's either 3 years or 4 years, not both. This statement is extremely misleading.
I absolutely did not lie in my original Reddit post, and I would like to emphasize that.
Not true. The statement he underlined is an obvious lie. I'm sure others cover this too, but Pyro cannot prove that Ivory didn't disclose his age to someone else. Okay, maybe Ivory never disclosed the fact he was 15 to PYROCYNICAL, but logic proves that he must have disclosed that fact to someone else, like a friend or family, at some point. So this makes PYROCYNICAL a liar.
Up until September this year, I'd be perfectly cool with him. We were still speaking and still on very good terms.
Not true. He claims that they were speaking, but in the screenshots he provided, they suggest that they were typing and sending messages and not orally speaking.
Well, to be honest, I'd pick you up, hug you while rubbing you against my huge, sweaty moobs.
Not true. If we look at photographs, PYROCYNICAL is actually quite skinny. He doesn't have any moobs, therefore making the statement impossible.
Literally DeviantArt here. My god.
Not true. DeviantArt here isn't a graspable concept and does not exist in objective reality, but his use of the word literally suggests otherwise.
Now, the whole world pretty much knows what I jerk off to.
Not true. In fact, a very small fraction of the world actually knows about this drama in the first place.
I'd actually have to see something to disprove, but there's literally nothing.
Not true. Literal nothingness is a concept humans will never understand, let alone something that can be experienced in reality.
To say something sexual was going to happen in a very public event with a load of people, even people Niall didn't even know and wasn't really close with, it's just false, seriously. There's just no question about that.
Not true. I can come up with many questions about that. such as, "Are you lying?" The answer is yes, obviously. But the fact that I was able to come up with a question proves my argument. Even Pyro supporters are full of lies. His evidence is crumbling.
I mean, yeah, we shared some fat furry art, we had some weird fantasy roleplay, but there was no sexual interest.
He said they shared fat furry art, but in the screenshots, the image he sent is obviously of an anthropomorphic dragon, or a scaly, and not a furry. This is a key detail that Pyro is intentionally leaving out to manipulate his audience.
This document, it tries really hard to prove that I knew Ivory's age, despite the fact that they have nothing concrete.
Not true. Inanimate objects aren't capable of performing actions such as trying hard, making this claim false.
I find it funny, like
Not true. Doing a quick psych eval, it's obvious that his tone is quite serious, and the chuckle he performed was either faked as a manipulation tactic or a method of coping with the knowledge that someone like me would come along and expose all the deliberate lies in this video.
Legally, age of consent is 16 in both my country and his state.
Not true. He does not possess the country of the UK, or else it would have been in the news somewhere. It is not his country. He does not own it.
The last 2 points for this segment, I want to tackle both at once here as well.
Not true. He sits and reads them normally and makes no motion to even suggest he was about to tackle them to the ground.
This document claims it as soon to be, but like, it's a whole 2 years before we actually start dating.
This is not entirely true. The Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years, and the concept of time itself for 13.8 billion years. Relatively speaking, 2 years is such a small blip that it is completely accurate to say that something in 2 years is soon. Pyro is really reaching here, and it's kind of pathetic.
I'm straight, IRL, like, I have no interest in guys.
Simply not true.
This never escalated from two morons talking about inhaling furry farts, and I never intended it to.
Not true. A moron is defined as someone who is stupid. Stupid means lacking intelligence. Nowhere in all my research have I seen concrete evidence of either person lacking intelligence. If inhaling furry farts implies a lack of intelligence, I wouldn't have been able to pass my courses this semester.
I didn't want the public to find out that I was a complete degenerate and into this, like, furry roleplay shit, and yeah, anyone would be embarrassed by that.
Not true. I'm not embarrassed.
I was shit scared of the public finding out that I was a complete degenerate. And, you know, pretty much just being kink shamed for all eternity.
Literally impossible. All humans will eventually die, whereas time will continue forwards, meaning an eternity will never be experienced by humanity.
I am not a groomer or a predator.
Not true. There is very concrete evidence that he is a groomer. He is photographed here petting a dog. His hand is brushing against the dog, and on a very small scale, removing bits of dust particles and thereby cleaning the dog's coat, which fits perfectly under the definition of groom. This is irrefutable evidence.
There was a tweet Ivory made where he says he hates me and I'm a leech. This was a copy pasta.
Not true. He implies that it is no longer a copy pasta with the use of the word was. However, the fact he was able to grab a recent screenshot of the copy pasta means it still exists.
Now, I understand I have a lot more reach and power, a much larger platform.
Not true. PYROCYNICAL is 5'11", meaning his arm length, or reach, isn't much larger than the average male. Furthermore, he appears to be standing in a house and not on an elevated surface. This means he doesn't even have a platform, let alone a large one.
It waits until page 16 out of 19, only then to confirm that I never actually sent or received nudes. I like as well how they just hid it in the middle of that huge paragraph.
Not true. Again, just doing a quick psych eval. He doesn't appear to be liking that fact at all.
Even if this was made in good faith, it is a severe case of tunnel vision, trying to right a perceived wrong.
Not true. This case is not a tangible being with the ability to see, and therefore is unable to contract such a severe case of tunnel vision.
I can't just sit here, you know, and let my name get dragged through the mud.
Not true. As seen in photographs, he is able to sit, and other than said ability to sit, nothing would be physically stopping him from doing what he claims he can't do.
I've actually seen screenshots circulating around of someone who drew like fan art of my Fox character.
Not true. That is not his character. He ripped it off and blatantly plagiarized the design from a character in the obscure horror indie game called Five Nights at Freddy's. He even altered the design a bit in hopes that his blatant theft would be untraceable. But alas, it only takes a genius like me to expose his criminal acts.
I asked them for a thick version, and they drew this.
Not true. He did not ask them a single question. He was simply making the fair claim that his anthropomorphic fox character was not thick enough. Nowhere do I see a question being posed.
You shouldn't have been put in that situation, and it was stupid of me to message people about this furry stuff without taking into account the influence of my platform.
It's important to note that up until this point, I thought that British people pronouncing stupid like stupid was a myth. This was pretty funny to me hearing it in his video. But looking back on it, Pyro knew it would make me laugh all along. He's trying to manipulate me and getting me to laugh and getting me to forget the lies he's been spoon feeding me and everyone else. Thank God I'm smart enough to look past this. In this video, I just provided basic facts which exposed the 30 biggest lies I found in his video. That's over one lie per minute. Obviously, there are many more lies that I didn't have the time to go in this video and dissect, but I did my best. Now, it's not my place whether to say he's guilty beyond a doubt, but I hope that you, as a viewer, can use basic common sense and form an opinion based upon the blatant facts I've provided. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video.